Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, how cute. You might have to sit on a pillow.
Hi lovers, welcome to Addicted to Love. I'm Cali and I'm here with my friend.
Hi, my name is Sebastian. And first of all, I'm so happy that you invited me to your studio. This is such an honor to be part of this video since I love your channel.
Aw, thank you so much. So Sebastian and I met when we were modeling at an event together a few years ago.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago at least.
And we kind of just kept in contact on Instagram.
Yeah, I remember Cali for being this mature soul that was vegan. Vegan was a big deal for me actually because you were one of those vegans that I was like, yeah, one day I'll be like you. Or like her. That's how I thought. And then when you started like doing parties and stuff, I think we reconnected a little bit more.
I feel like we really connected when we worked that event together. I was really drawn to you. I was really drawn to your energy. You were just like so happy and so positive, and I was like, I love this guy. So
Right.
I'm really happy that we stayed in touch over Instagram.
Me too.
And I've gotten to see you do some really amazing things with your modeling career.
I mean, a lot has happened the last couple of years actually.
Yeah.
Like, so much.
So today we're kind of just gonna do like a little candid chat. We got together for lunch the other day and we were like, we should be recording this. So
Right.
we just wanted to talk a little bit about self-care and self-love because Sebastian was just catching me up on his life and just telling me, you know, all these things that he's been through and kind of a lot of parallels with the things that I've been through, and we're both just positive, loving people. And so I thought we could just kind of chat about how to turn things around in your life when you're in a rut.
Something that's been so obvious to me lately is how privileged we are. I'm so privileged, we all are privileged. So self-love is such a like hot topic in my life right now because I, for the first time ever, really felt self-hate a year ago. And that's why today I appreciate every day so much more, but also I am like an infinite source of like energy for everyone around me. I'm just like, is that really what you think? Is that really how you feel? Or is that an excuse? Or is that
a story that you're telling yourself
Right.
about your situation?
Because it can be hard to stay optimistic when things are going the wrong way.
It can.
I definitely believe, because I'm a living proof of it, that you just have to change that to get past that. And you are too, I know that. It has been, it's been a rocky road.
Yeah, it has. It's been a rough road, but you just do your best.
Right.
You don't have control over everything that happens in your life all the time. It's a lot about who you surround yourself with at the same time.
Absolutely.
And it's not your fault if you're attracting energies to you that aren't necessarily making great things happen in your life, or they're maybe bringing in some negativity, or maybe putting you in uncomfortable situations. Like, those are learning experiences, and I feel like every person we meet, no matter what role they play in our life, it's to learn something. So
100%.
don't be hard on yourself if you're like, why do I keep attracting this type of person, or why am I in this situation? Like, don't feel sorry for yourself and make yourself the victim. More like think like, what can I learn from this situation?
It's so good that you said that. There's no good or bad experiences, because if we keep on hunting the good experiences, we might be missing on life. It would just be like surviving all the time.
Yeah.
But he said every experience is just a learning experience. And I was like, wow, you mean that I can grow every day, every minute, with every meeting? Mind blowing. That is like, what?
Absolutely. And I feel like that's where a lot of disappointment comes from people when they expect a certain thing. And it's especially like when you're in your early 20s or whatever, it's like, life isn't fair. And it's like, life isn't fair.
Life
but it's
isn't
like,
fair.
get over it. Like, okay, now you've realized that, great. Now what are you gonna do about it?
I still have expectations on myself and my choices, but I kind of accept that I also will never be perfect. I don't believe in perfect, but I also don't believe in many other things. I don't believe in hate. I don't believe in disappointment. I believe in learning, for example, and being aware of the mistakes made, so I can become a better person. But also, like, if you always strive to become the best person possible, the best version of yourself, I don't think you can fail.
Yeah.
Because you will always have that approach, instead of looking for like, what did I do that was wrong, instead of looking at what did this bring into my life, or what did I bring into someone else's life. You will always feel accomplished in that way, I think.
Right, and be gentle with yourself at the same time. Love yourself. Like, don't let the pressure of being the best or being perfect or being successful or pleasing everyone else wear you down. You really have to love yourself first and do those things to go out of your way, like to care for yourself and nurture yourself. And if you do like make a mistake or if something doesn't go your way, don't beat yourself up about it. Which is hard for me because I'm a Capricorn. So we can be really hard on ourselves. That's why when other people are hard on me, I'm like, like I'm hard enough on myself. I don't need you to be hard on me too.
I'm a person that's very stubborn. I'm not as stubborn as I used to be. My mom told me when I grew up that you're always allowed to change your mind. Every 10th second you can make a new decision. And I live by that. And it taught me so much about myself because instead of arguing with people about being right, I'm trying to learn where they're coming from and why they have this opinion.
Absolutely.
Because I don't understand people who will say, I can't hang out with you because we are not sharing this way of thinking. Instead of learning from that, like, why does this person have this kind of thinking?
Right.
I would not have expected myself to be in the place where I am right now, on this level of trust to the universe that I am right now a year ago.
So tell me a little bit about what you were going through a year ago and what prompted you to like really make changes.
That's a roller coaster. Last year, it was just like there were so many things you might not be able to control that just broke everything down time after time. Like it was not a slap in the face, this was like a kick in the stomach. I don't think I've ever been so broken mentally because I just know where I want to be and I just didn't see any like path to take to become that. And a year ago, I couldn't even see myself live like through the week because I was so tired. I came back from Sweden a year ago after being to my grandpa's funeral, and my grandpa was sick, did get diagnosed with cancer. He passed away 2 weeks later, so it was a really quick like last part of his life. And I was just happy enough that I could go back because the stress when he got diagnosed wasn't for me a question of like, will he pass away or not? It was more like, can I be there for it? And being a non-immigrant in America is not easy, and I was paperless for the couple of weeks beforehand. Luckily, I got my papers, I could leave the country, but I was ready to give up my life here and just go home. But this came as like the last step of so many things that just wasn't working out my way, and there was a lot of external forces that kind of took my focus away because they just came into my life and started to, I don't know, go bananas with my time and energy, and my body just gave up for a moment. I spent a week in bed just wondering why. I'm 27, I've been through a lot when I was younger, and I grew up being very independent. I've been learning the hard way a lot of times, but last year was just like, I cannot even see tomorrow. So I just decided that like, either I'm giving up or I'm just like refocusing because I know it works, right? I do want to trust the universe, and today I am 100%, but back then when everything just felt like it was challenging. When you're in a mindset of surviving, it's so hard to see how it's even possible to become the better version of yourself. I just looked at my priorities and I was like, what can I change to become one step closer, to get one step closer, like at least a smidge closer. And I broke down my time and my goals into habits so they could be achievable. And I put it in daily habits and weekly habits and monthly habits. And the daily habit could be a simple thing as like talk to my friends, just like be in touch with them, don't zone out and be by myself only. Posting to social media, contacting photographers to do more creative work, not just the job that pays your bills kind of work. The weekly habits was like save some money, to put away $20 every Monday or something, just so you have that feeling of future. Get out in nature and do those things for yourself. Then after that, also like monthly habits. What would I want to do every month except paying my rent and paying my phone bill? And I was like, I like traveling, so I decided to get out of LA once every month, if it was just for a night or for a weekend or for a week. And I started planning towards that. And one of my huge dreams since I moved here was also to move to New York. So I decided that every month for the spring I was gonna leave LA for, if so, just a night. And then I would go to New York for 3 months during the summer to try it out. And somehow, I've literally done all of these habits, daily, weekly, monthly, for the past 9 months, and I am blown away with the result. And today, I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, dude, I'm not the person I thought I would be, I'm greater. Like it just came, it just happened because I just did these things over and over again until I was more than that. And I kind of broke the system and the thought of surviving all the time because so many people told me by their actions last year that I had to fight. And I broke that and just starting to live and follow this.
So did you change your daily, monthly Did you change those over time, or have they kind of stayed the same?
I took everything down now because I'm getting ready to move to New York actually permanently. But except that, I kind of forgot about it. It just happened. Like when you put something into a system that is beneficial for you and your body and your soul, things just gonna start happening, and you might lose your focus and your like. Because I had to focus really hard in the beginning. Now it's just like I'm doing it because it makes me feel good.
It's natural.
It's natural. It's in my body.
It takes 21 days to create a new habit, right?
Right.
We should like make a challenge
That
for the
could
lovers.
be cool.
Maybe we should make a challenge for 21 days. I think you guys should make a list, daily, weekly, monthly, 3 things, and do it for 21 days straight, and then check in with us and let us know. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm all about like taking on new challenges. I spend 90% of my day grooming myself. Like, like my life pretty much. I'm super lucky and very privileged. Like we said, like I'm freelance. Like I DJ when I DJ, I get gigs when I get gigs, and when I don't, I'm basically like working out, doing my hair, getting my nails done, like like fixing my room up or like practicing DJing. Like I'm doing things that revolve around self-care, self-love, and like preparing myself to be good when I'm on camera and relaxed when I'm on camera, or loving toward people when I go out in public, because I am kind of an introvert. So you see, I have everything in the studio that I need.
Right. You
so
don't
I
have
wouldn't
to
actually need to leave ever if I didn't want to. But I love like the challenges. But for me, in the morning is always the hardest part. So do you have like a morning routine?
So I don't really have a morning routine because I'm not a morning person, first of all, but then also my life is just like yours. It's like I don't have habits naturally. I don't have a Monday through Friday job. I don't have school. I don't have anything that keeps me going if I lay down. I feel like that's better for the day.
Right.
So for me, it's just the thing of like, I need to create those things that are bigger than that. Like something that actually brings me out of bed. And I think a year ago, it was just so many setbacks that I kind of couldn't even focus on.
Right.
That it was more like a question of, am I worth it? Is life worth it? Is the time that I'm spending feeling sad worth it? The little time that I felt happy or even like worth it? It can also be overwhelming when you have so much you want to do and you want to be this amazing big energy source for everybody on this planet. It's hard sometimes to find that motivation.
Well, and I feel like that's why I procrastinate, because I want to do so much. I haven't taken the time to like put it into like a plan or put it into steps or habits so that I can actually tackle it. So if it just seems like too much, sometimes you're just like, just gonna ignore that for a little bit.
Right,
you know?
right. Well, 100%, because sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
But with that said, as a freelancer and with a lifestyle that a lot of us have, I mean, it's easy to say that, like I spend my whole morning in bed, I'm such a bad person. But when you're living a lifestyle that more and more of us are doing with like freelancing or trying to, I don't know, have 10 different businesses, we also have to remember that some days we're working 15 hours and some days we're working no hours.
Right.
Because that's
our hustle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And no one will feel better for like feeling bad because it didn't just like rocket out of the bed and be like a shooting star all day.
And I don't feel super guilty about it.
She was like, I spend 90% of my time grooming. I don't.
The thing is for me that I know how much rest I need. I don't play with it. Like, I will always take care of myself. I will always make sure that I'm getting my vitamins and I'm getting my nutrients. I'll always make sure that I'm getting the sleep that I need, because your brain health has so much to do with what you're putting in your body. And you need to sleep, and you need to drink water, and you need to eat healthy food for your brain to function properly. So a lot of people that have mental illnesses and things like that, it could be helped through more sleep.
100%.
Get some sleep, like drink some water, like take care of your body.
Right.
You know?
I think you can show yourself self-love in different ways, right? I started a year ago, the most simple way that I could think of that would still be a big achievement, and that was to go plant-based. Half a year later, I decided to stop drinking alcohol. Mostly because, I mean, I'm a great drunk. People love me drunk. But I was kind of tired of saying to myself that I needed to drink to be the fun drunk. What if I could be the fun sober, right?
Yeah.
What if I could be Superman sober? But I stopped drinking, and suddenly I was like, wow, it's kind of cool when you start showing yourself that you can do these impossible things.
I think that it has a lot to do with who you surround yourself with.
Definitely.
And that's why like I love you so much. And when I first met you, it was like one day or like, you know, another, like we were going to hang out, like Right, and it's about being in alignment, but just surrounding yourself with people that make you feel motivated or people that are doing things because,
Right.
you know, you are like the people that you spend the most time with. Surround yourself with people that motivate you, that inspire you, that make you smile, that love you, that are like your cheerleaders, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm super, super blessed to have really amazing people around me.
Right.
Know when to cut the people out that aren't.
And it's okay to cut people out.
Yeah.
This was a big, so this is actually a thing that I've been struggling a lot with because I'm very good at cutting people out.
Me too.
Like that said, I'm so happy to have you in my life as well because you're this person who like just always are showing the best side. I bet you have many more bad days than I can never imagine, but you always turn it into an honest reflection on the good things that you can appreciate and be grateful for, and I adore you for that. Like, it's amazing because it is hard. It is super hard.
I'm not the type of person that'll be like, you know, on social media telling everyone all my business or crying about things or anything like that. Like, if I'm having a really hard time, I see something that inspires me, I share that. And then I love the response I get because not only am I posting it because I needed to hear it, but I get so many messages from people that needed to hear it as well. Yeah, and it's like, we're all going through things, you know? We all are. So just like be kind to each other and be kind to yourself.
I mean, it's just so important that like you gotta love yourself the most, right?
Yeah. And worry about yourself. Put your energy into things that make you feel good and put your energy into things that can help you with your future and like where you want to go and that help others and inspire others. Don't put your energy into making people feel bad or spreading rumors. Even just limiting your time on social media maybe. Like if you see that you're following a bunch of people on social media that are kind of making you feel like that, maybe unfollow those people.
I have muted friends on Instagram. Like seriously, if you don't know this was life-changing because I spent way too much time scrolling through stories, looking at what other people are achieving instead of actually going out there and doing it myself. So I kind of trying to not do it, but I also realized there's people out there that I might not want to unfollow, but I want to mute them, and there is a function for that.
On Instagram?
On Instagram. And the story's gone. Bye. See you never. Like seriously, for me that was life changing because I have friends that I love, but we're not sharing the way of appreciation and gratitude. Yeah. And for me, it was just annoying when these people talk about very material things. So instead of unfollowing them and have to be confronted with that information, live their life to their fullest. So I could just mute them.
You know, you're friends with people sometimes and then you grow and then you change and you evolve or you move and it's like there's no place for that person in your life anymore and that's okay. Like, that's okay.
I always talk about how we grow together, we grow apart, and maybe we will forever grow apart. We will find each other again. I think speaking of self-love, that's gonna happen with yourself too. Right. You will grow and you will be a stranger to yourself sometimes. I think speaking of that's a very important idea to just have there, that who do I want to be might not necessarily be where I'm going or where I'm coming from, and that's okay because there's always room to evolve. This is
a big one too from reading The Power of Now. You are not your life situation and you are not your story. So the past is gone, it does not exist. The future does not exist either. The only thing that exists is this moment right now, and you literally have the opportunity to create whatever story you want. So don't let anyone tell you that something you did in your past you have to feel shame about for the rest of your life, or that you're never gonna do anything. And that's a very hard lesson for me, and it's been a hard lesson for me because it's I want everyone to like me, and I have a people pleaser type of vibe, but it's I'm done with that. Fuck that. You are not your story. You can literally create who you are in the moment.
But also, would you be who you are if you wouldn't have done those mistakes?
Well, no,
but let them be the past.
Right.
And also, stop comparing the past. My past is something else than yours, right? I can't take my backpack of memories, of bad memories, and just say mine is bigger than yours, so you don't deserve my empathy. Always be empathic to everyone. I did have a very intense experience a year ago. So whenever I crawled out of bed after a week being sick and I decided to change my life, I remember I went to Venice and I went into this store of crystals. I felt that I needed some energy in any shapes. I just went there and I bought some bracelets and mineral stones and stuff. And I ran into a meditation candle. like a short candle. I bought that. And I bought some incense. And I went home and I covered my windows and I lit that candle and I put the incense next to it. And the smoke from the incense just danced on the walls and I was crying.
Aww.
I cried, like an honest cry for 30 minutes and I was just like, how did I let it was just like, how did I let myself think so little about myself? It's like all these things just like left my body with every tear. And I texted my mom and my sister and I was just like, I have been uplifted by something, myself, I don't know, but it was it was so many weights that just fell off with those tears. I mean, I just wish that everyone had that honest experience with themselves, because I didn't really even believe in like meditation could do so much for you, but I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like you're gonna cry and you have to give yourself that space. We've all been through hard things and you have to face those things and get through them. Like you can't ignore them and expect to get over them.
Definitely.
That's why a lot of people that we come into contact with or get into relationships with, they have these traumas that they haven't dealt with, and they're bringing that baggage with them.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to address those things. I mean, I've been going to a therapist. I've been working on myself for a long time. It's like I feel things. I'm very intuitive. I'm very in touch with my feelings. I don't ignore things when they happen, although some people might think that I do, and all I do is work or whatever. But like, I'm always like in touch with how I'm feeling and what's going on.
I think you said something that is definitely a key to understand, and that is you can be working on yourself for a long time, but it might not be until the last few moments that you actually felt like you been the biggest you, right? Because working on yourself is a big commitment and is a lifelong one.
That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, 100%. But I think a lot of people feel like they're not enough soon enough. Instead of just like, oh, I love myself for that tiny step I made the last 12 years, and now I'm ready for the big step, right? Now I'm just ready to jump in and love myself even more.
Right.
And when you feel that self-love that is overflowing, I think that's when you truly share love with other people and you're giving them energy. Because you can fake it in the sense of like, you can make yourself believe something until it's real, right? I 100% believe that's a good way to go about most things. And you can ask for it until it seems like you have it, because then you actually do have it. But not until you're like overflowing of that, like, I'm proud, I'm happy, I'm calm, I'm safe, I'm outside the comfort zone and I'm enjoying it. I think that's when we're really like starting to attract people like her.
That's when you're ready to love someone else. After all of that. Yeah, it is like you can't give up. You can't just work on yourself for like a week and then be like, oh, I worked on myself and it didn't work. Like, yeah, it's a daily practice. So I really appreciate you coming to talk a little bit about how you broke it down. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 21 days. I mean, I know I'm gonna do more than 21 days, but I'm gonna meditate and think about 3 different things I can do daily, weekly, and monthly that are going to help me attain some of my bigger goals.
Yeah.
And I think you guys should do it too.
I think you guys should do it too, definitely. Yeah. Also, I think you guys should let Cali and me know how's it going.
Yeah.
How it's going. I cannot even speak English. Like, will you do that?
You're doing great.
Oh my god. Can we take this in Swedish, please?
Go ahead, say it in Swedish.
Så om ni gillar Cali så tycker jag att ni ska skriva här i en kommentar hur det går för er med era 21 dagar av nya vanor.
Yeah, what do you say? Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you guys like this video, if you're going to do the 21-day challenge with us, or just let us know what some goals are that you have or habits that you do daily to love yourself.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
I'm so honored. I just love your little studio.
Thank you. And I'm really, really happy for you that you're in such an amazing place and that you're in such alignment and that we reconnected.
Me too.
Yeah, really fucking cool.
And things can move so fast once you're there.
Yeah, I love you. Okay. Bye, lovers!